Very excited to talk to our next guest here on the show. He is back down here in South Florida, one of our adopted own. He is getting ready for the biggest fight of his life again. George Ferocious Kambosos getting ready to take on Teofimo Lopez on November 27th in New York at the Hulu Theater, now on DAZN. Look, man, it's good to have you back down here in South Florida. Welcome back. And just all the, I mean, is it feel like, I imagine it's got to just feel like a bit of a relief, like it's finally going to be here yet again after all the twists and turns with this thing. Yeah,
look, it's a pleasure to be here. You know, I like the adopted, son of South Florida. You know, who knows, I might buy a house down here and relocate. That's how much I love it. But look, it's exciting. You know, it's been a long journey, a roller coaster road, and throughout it all, I've stayed very focused. You know, I've stayed, on my grind. I've perfected my craft day in, day out. And look, we're here now. We're 10 days out. You know, I will be there. Let's hope he's there. And we've got to fight.
Is it can you just take me back to June, George? Because I remember, we did the interview via Zoom, you, me, Teofimo and Leroy, and he had a very big arrogance about the idea that, I'm the one who got you paid. I gave this all to you. And to get the news that he's not showing up to fight night, and that everything's kind of crumbled after all this talking about almost like him doing you a favor. Like what went through your head when you got the news of that?
Well, look, he was never doing me any favors. We all know the truth about everything. But at the end of the day, I'm the IBF mandatory. You don't want to fight me and you want to go chase someone else, then go and fight somebody else. Just release that belt and I would have fought the next contender. But I earned my shot. I beat the former champion in his hometown. The guy who defended that belt 6 times, who was the number 1 in the WBO as well. So I earned my shot the hard way. I've had to, literally crawl to get my recognition and to get to where I am today. So, all that talk and he wasn't there. That's the funny bit. But, I said it. My father was next to me and I go, he looks sick. Something doesn't look right. Me, I'm fresh as. I'm always very cautious and, I know what I got to do throughout my preparation, but I said it. He doesn't look well. I don't know if it was the weight cut or what else it was. Obviously, we found that it was COVID. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I was very angry at that stage when I found out. But, I did hear he got very, very sick. So I'm happy that he's a little bit better. But let's hope that's not an excuse when we step inside them ropes and I win this fight.
Now, you did most of this camp back home. Obviously, you were in South Florida for such a long time with all the shifting that went on with the original plan. How was that? Was it because you had a baby? Congratulations, becoming a dad yet again. What was it? Did you find it, a bit more relaxing for everything, just to, kind of be in your element, be home, enjoy the family life as well as also all the crazy preparation that you do for this?
Yeah, look, the way this preparation, it's been one big preparation. So, the 4 months was here. I went back home and done the next, 3 months or whatever it was, with my Australian coach, Mick Akaway. Great sparring. Lenny Zapovigno's got a massive name here. A few other really good guys as well. The preparation's been fantastic. And then obviously we flew over here and continued the preparation and sharpening everything up. We are ready. It doesn't matter, where we've done it. We could have done it all in Antarctica if we wanted to. The hard work and the love I have for the sport and what I put my body through doesn't change. So it's been great. To be there for the birth of my child was even more motivation for me. And, we are fully prepared for the fight and to win this fight.
Yeah, you always say, like, you never stop training. Like, you're always constantly going. There's a thought, because you're still a very young man. Like, you're a young fighter. You're still very, 19 fights is a great record, but it's not like, you still got a long way to go and a lot of great things to do in your boxing career. Have you been able to take all of this time of preparation? Do you feel yourself still becoming a better fighter, even though they haven't been necessarily, pro fights, but I'm sure you've been doing crazy sparring, all these things just to improve?
Yeah, 100%. When I went back home, I said I'm going to get better and better. Every day I'm going to get better and better. While he's enjoying himself, while he's taking time off, I got better and better. And that's why I am a better fighter than what I was June 19th. I was still going to beat his ass June 19th, but now I'm going to double beat it. I've just, the way I am, that tunnel vision is unbreakable. When the fight got postponed and he got COVID, I went and trained. I didn't stop. People were seeing me at the hotel in my gym gear. They go, "What are you doing?" The fight's postponed. I go, "And what? I still got a fight to win. Yeah, this might take a bit of time, but this is war, and war takes a lot of time." talk about the birth of my child. On the same day, my grandfather passed away a couple of hours later. What did I do that night? Anyone else would have, done nothing. I trained that night, and I haven't stopped since that date as well. So that's the kind of fighter I am. I'm unbreakable. My tunnel vision is too strong, and I've really left no stone unturned, in this fight. When I step inside them ropes, I know that there's nothing, left behind. I am fully prepared and ready to execute and win this fight.
You've always had that mentality, but did this one have any more challenges as far as like just challenging your mental strength, or did it just get, I guess, did it just fortify what you've thought all this time, that you've trained yourself for the tough moments if anything like this has come? Have you've been able to show yourself, good, I was mentally ready for all this, or was this definitely like maybe the hardest run of your professional career just because of all the adversity? I guess you call it.
I'm very strong. Mentally, I'm very strong. Physically, I'm always 110%, prepared to throw down any time. But mentally, I'm unbreakable. So whatever came, whatever issues that we had, dates, postponements, changes, legal issues, I got a great team. I'll let them handle that. My business is to prepare the best of my ability and be inside them ropes and win fights. So, I'm too mentally strong.
How excited are you to be on DAZN? DAZN's one of the biggest names in boxing right now. They've obviously taken over the sport. You guys are now on them. How excited are you for that?
Look, super excited. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and DAZN, they do an unbelievable job, and everything is super professional. It's exciting because I know I'm going to have my biggest win on such a professional outfit. Look, I had my biggest win against Lee Selby on DAZN, and obviously on Matchroom and Eddie Hearn promoting. This time it's extra special, being such a big fight and the stakes are so high. So it's great. I'm looking forward to it, and I know they've got a lot planned. And look, they're going to make it memorable, and I'm going to make it very memorable.
It's going to be a big couple of weeks on them for the division too, because Devin Haney's fighting the next week. He's fighting Jojo Diaz. You come out with the win. He comes out with the win. Is that a fight that intrigues you?
Yeah, 100%. Look, we've been messaging with each other, and he's a good guy, and I'm sure he has the same respect for me. But we're here to handle business, like we said, and I'll have everything. He will have his belt as well, and we make a massive, undisputed title fight. I know everyone's always confused about undisputed, unified. I didn't get mixed up too much in that, but obviously with a fight between myself and him, we could say this is the proper. There's no double minds.
Yeah, it is nutty with all the belts, because like I'll even see on YouTube comments like, this isn't for the undisputed title. I'm like, I don't know, man. I see everybody with all the belts there. This looks like it's pretty fortified to me. But the idea that you guys would be in there again, obviously people would be pretty pumped about that.
The way I look at it, if there was no belts on the line, but there was a WBC franchise belt on the line, would that be considered a world title fight? Yes. So that is a world title. And to become undisputed, you need to have 4 belts. Doesn't matter if there's another belt someone else has. That's great. It's more opportunities in the division. So, look, I say it's undisputed, but whatever people say, that's doesn't bother me.
It's pretty damn good, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, it's good. And at the end of the day, it's at the point where, the belt's beautiful. That's the bonus. It's about me and him fighting and taking that scalp. This is a war. I can't wait. I'm very excited for this fight, and the way I look at it, it's war. And I was there June 19th. So if we go back to the olden days, and I rock up on the land ready to fight, and he ain't there, who's the winner? So really, in my head, I'm already the champion, and I feel like this is the rematch now.
How personal, I guess, is the fight because of all this stuff with him? Like you say, you would fight him for no belts. The money doesn't matter, but the idea of just beating Teofimo Lopez, how much do you just want to do it because he's pissed you off this whole time? Like
he hasn't pissed me off. He's just his little mistakes that he's made, but that's him, and that's being a young kid, you make them mistakes. You're caught up in the bright lights. But I'm cool, calm, collected. Really, this is not personal for me. This is business. I've seen him say this is personal. I'm angry. Okay, bring your anger to the fight. I am very relaxed. I'm very cool, calm, collected, and I know what I'm going to do. I know the preparation I've had. I know the condition I am in, physically and mentally, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I just want him there, obviously, next week.
I want to get a couple phones in here before we get you out of here. So, big news down here in Miami is Miami Hurricanes legend Frank Gore is going to be stepping into the boxing ring. Now, he is trained at your gym, at the Sweatbox Gym. Have you ever seen Frank train? If so, like what do you think we're getting here with the legend of Frank Gore? Because I'm very excited about seeing. I know all the celebrity boxing gets a little bit wacky, but Frank is beloved down here. So have you ever gotten a chance to see him work out, box? Like, what do you think we're getting here when we see Frank Gore against NBA All-Star Darren Williams?
Yeah, look, I'm always in the gym when Frank's there as well. I actually was watching his sparring on Saturday. And, man, the guy is sharp. For a big guy, he moves unbelievable. He's got a fantastic jab. And he's sparring some good guys too. He's sparring real fighters, guys that are trying to take his head off. And he's landing his shots too. So I gave him a few tips after sparring. He was asking a few questions. And I gave him my input, a couple of tips from my side. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm confident he's going to win this fight. And he will win his fight. And, like I said, it will be easier than what you think. But it's great to see. It's great to see, and he's an athlete. But like you said as well, he's been the top at NFL. Now he's starting again in boxing. It's a whole different, concept. But you can see the fundamentals. You can see everything: the movement, the jabs, the body shots, the right hands. He's a good fighter.
What are the professional athletes that you come across don't they realize is so tough about boxing? Like guys who who it may be, just professional athletes you come across, like, man, I can't believe that this is something you do to make a living.
Look, boxing is so raw. Boxing is like, you got two guys, trying to take each other's head off, and for the certain amount of time, you got to be unbelievably conditioned to not get fatigued, and then have that guy trying to land more shots on you because you can't defend yourself anymore. You got no you got your team, but you don't have another 12 or 13 players or 20 players. Like a team sport. Say I'm injured, I'm hurt, sub me. This is you'll get hurt, you will take shots, but it's that willpower inside you that says, okay, you got me, but I'm still here, I'm still standing. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. And there's different athletes that come in, that take a few shots, say, well, this ain't for me. I'll go back to doing what I'm doing and making the money. But you go back to Frank, he loves it. He actually loves it, and that's why he's so adamant and wants to learn and wants to ask questions, because he actually loves the sport, and he wants to do good in the sport. So it's a sport like no other. It really is.
Coming up this weekend, there's a big one. Boxing is pretty stacked coming up. But Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter, do you have a thought on that one? How you don't even have to pick a winner, but just like how do you see that one kind of matching up between those two?
Yeah, look, that's a great fight, really good fight. Both guys, are tremendous fighters, and I'm looking forward to it. Crawford is Crawford, unbelievable talent, switch hitter, both power, great power in both hands. But Shawn Porter, he gave me some big raps too. About my fight with Lopez, and I respect that a lot, and he's an unbelievable fighter as well. Gets in the in the trenches, throws shots from everywhere, got great power, so it's going to be a good fight. I know a lot of people are backing Crawford, but I think this is a 50-50 fight. This can go both ways. Crawford is a very good boxer, but when you're in there with Porter, he can make it look real messy too and fight his fight. So I'm just looking forward to it. As a boxing fan, I'll sit back, enjoy it. And obviously, the week after, it's my time.
It's your time. One more outside, also in the sport. So Canelo came out. It came out this week that he's going to probably go up to cruiserweight. So now, not only people talk about cruiserweight, but they're saying even like, oh, maybe we'll see Canelo at heavyweight. I don't know if that's going to happen. That sounds crazy to me because of all he's done. But he is, one of the best guys on the planet. George Ferocious Kambosos, what is the biggest weight class you think you could be an elite fighter at? Like, if you said you gave me the proper time, the proper training, what is the biggest weight class you think you could be a champion at?
I think a welterweight is as far as I can go, physically. And, these guys are big. These guys take, your shots. So you need to use a different aspect. A bit like Manny Pacquiao. Use that speed, use that movement, frustrate them, pick them off and brutally beat them down. So I believe with my speed and explosive shots, and as I would come up, with my movement and control that speed, I'd be a very dangerous fighter at that weight and can win a world title at that weight. But for me, I'm very comfortable at 135. I make the weight very easy. I can even go down to 130 if I wanted to. I can play around and go capture a title at 130 and come all the way back up to 140. I got the kind of build that can, go down or come up. It depends where I am in a fight and where I want to obviously put the size or drop the weight. So, I got a lot of options. A lot of things, but at the moment, I got one focus, and that's cleaning out the 135 division. And that will be in 10 days.
It's coming up November 27th on DAZN. You guys can watch George Ferocious Kambosos go up against Teofimo Lopez. You don't care that the odds are stacked against you. You don't care about all the stuff that you've had to go through. What is the world going to learn about George Ferocious Kambosos on November 27th?
They're going to see the best lightweight in the world. They're going to see the Emperor that just cleaned up everything, came over and took everything. So I don't get too focused on the odds. I don't get too focused on what people say and what they believe. I know what I believe, and I know what the way I've prepared to win this fight. So bring it on.
You've handled it all with grace, man. So, listen, congratulations again. That's finally coming up for you. I'm very much looking forward to this matchup again. November 27th on DAZN. Everybody go check it out. It's going to be a hell of a show. And, George, enjoy your short stint down here in South Florida before you head up out to New York, man. Enjoy the sunshine and all that. And we love having you down here.
No, I appreciate it, man. This is like home. So, we're super excited. We are ready for war. And, myself and my whole team, we love it down here and we are ready. We have prepared.